What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel where you get you on the grind and improve your mind in every single video. As you can see, Andrew's not here right now, but he sent me something as I was sitting here trying to figure out what I wanted to do for our next video. And he sent us this video we're about to watch. And I said, "Oh, I need to do this immediately." He said, "Go for it. I'll be there soon." So we'll just go and react to it on our own, and we'll talk about it. So let's go and bring it up.
Costco is finally being exposed for misleading their customers on their preservative-free rotisserie chicken. Turns out it uses two additives, including sodium phosphate and carrageenan. High phosphate intake stresses the kidneys, and carrageenan has been linked to increased intestinal permeability, also known as leaky gut. But the lawsuit that exposed this is barely scratching the surface. Costco processes 2 million birds per week through its new factory in Nebraska, and unlike natural pasture-raised birds, which take 12 to 16 weeks to mature, Costco artificially grows their birds to 6 pounds in 7 weeks, stopping them in barns, feeding them soy, finally rinsing them in chlorine, and injecting them with a solution that contains sodium phosphate, carrageenan, and modified cornstarch. Even worse, their chickens are then packed into hot PET plastic bags that leach antimony, microplastics, and acetaldehyde. You should check the risks before buying your $5 chicken, and now you can check the latest chicken ratings and testing on the Oasis app.
Well, as we see there, and we did a video just recently talking about stuff, and Oasis was part of it as well. They were one of the main forerunners on bringing this up front. You guys are doing a great job. I don't really know much about you specifically, but it seems like you're doing the world some justice. So I just want to give that shout out. But yeah, Costco, what are you doing? Kirkland, what are you doing? Like, it's a preservative-free chicken. Now, preservatives and what they're talking about, yeah, they can be considered different. However, you are still deceiving the customer base. And this also could be just like I said in our previous video about Vital Farms, a lot of customers are not really educated on these types of things. And so when they see something, they'll believe that that is what it is. But for the businesses to, do more, to create more, get more money, they will cut corners. And as the guy from Oasis had said, Costco has this facility in Nebraska where they do 2 million birds a week. And with that, they, use chlorine and all these other horrible things. And like I said before, not everyone is very educated on these types of things, including myself and Andrew. We don't know the full process on how to, get a chicken ready for that, like for to be rotisserie, put through rotisserie or anything like that. We don't know the process of, taking the head off of the chicken and all the other things that they, take the feathers off. We don't know that process, right? And we don't know the best way other than just simply doing that, taking the feathers out, cutting the head of the chicken off, all those other things. Like, we don't know what else goes into it, and so like we also look kind of blind in that as well. But the thing is that these companies, they want to sell these things to us as as consumers, these products as, something that's good and beneficial, which, I mean, in retrospect, chicken is good for you. It's a high protein, which is very good. However, like I've said many times on this channel for years now, is that I was never a big fan of chicken because of the fact that chicken, even though it has high protein, is good for people. The way that they're treated and the way that they're processed is always the issue. I've always said that, and that right there just sums it up just perfectly, because no matter how good chicken can be, you have to be aware of where you get it from. And now you can't even get it from Costco. You can't even go to Costco and get a rotisserie chicken because they not only speed run these chickens into growth, and then on top of that, dunking them in chlorine. They get it gets carrageenan and all these other types of things, and then on top of that, being subjected into putting into plastic containers, which the whole microplastics thing is a whole nother story. This whole situation does not look good for Costco and their brand, and Kirkland as a brand as well. Like, it's just not, it just doesn't look good. And I recommend people to talk with their wallets. Definitely don't go to Costco to get chicken. I definitely recommend going other places that actually care. And it's funny that I'm going to say something like Whole Foods, where Whole Foods is now bought by Amazon and all those other things. However, I feel like depending on how Whole Foods packages their chicken, I don't remember if they put them in plastic or not, but I feel and I believe that, chicken that you can get from somewhere like Whole Foods might be way better than something like that from Costco. Like that, I think that is just obscene. I think that's just disrespectful to the consumer base, especially people who want to buy food and that need to buy food to want to be better. It's just a big slap in the face, especially when you try to say that, oh, this is good for you. You should have this. Like someone as us, like from All Gains Mindset, we want to make sure that we empower you to buy the proper products, right? We want to make sure that you're getting the right stuff. And when we see stuff like this, then we're just like, well, we can't tell you to go to Costco and get and get chicken now because now we find these things out. And so I guess what's good is that, getting this Oasis app would definitely help. This guy seems to know a lot of stuff. It would be cool to have someone like that on a podcast with us and talk about these types of things because I feel like a lot of these products need to have more transparency and having the conversations and being educated is definitely something that where us just in general as a whole can learn from. That being said, we'll see you in the next video.